The Stock of the Day is brought to you by IG, Australia's #1 CFD provider. With over 17,000 markets and extended trading hours, turn US earnings season volatility into opportunity. Get started at IG.com.
So MA Financial is the stock of the day, in part because it was out with a quarterly operational update today, and it directly commented on the current highly volatile market conditions, stating the diversified nature of the group and its positioning in alternative and largely defensive asset classes is a good thing. However, it goes on to say that prolonged volatility could impact the transactional side of the business, particularly corporate advisory. Although, in fairness, it says corporate advisory and activity has remained quite good to start 2025. So the company reported assets under management were flat year on year as it offloaded 2 real estate assets, also telling the market that its real estate credit strategies have continued to hold historically high cash levels, saying the real estate credit portfolio remains robust with minimal distress, or problem loans. Luke Laird from Seneca Financial Services, what do you make of MA Financial and the update coming today?
Yeah, it's good. It's a good little business and it's been doing quite well, probably on the back of some, pretty solid tailwinds for private credit and funds under management, among financial advisors. I think those tailwinds are maybe fading now. Some sort of, a few concerns coming out around private credit and asset quality. I don't think MA Financial is going to have any huge issues. I'd be relatively confident in the credit quality they're running throughout their book. But I do think it might get tougher to chase inflows and maybe replace some of those assets that they have sold and transacted on with new money. So, look, I'm not saying that it wouldn't be probably a decent buy around these levels. We have owned it in the past and done well out of it, but I think maybe some of those tailwinds are fading and it is sort of a premium price growth non-bank financial. So, yeah, definitely needs to be growing and needs to be adding to those that AUM all the time. So, probably just, hold from me. Not too bad if you're there and you are a kind of believer in the management and the business longer run. I don't think they probably have too many dramas, but you might struggle to meet the growth expectations of the market at the moment.
Thank you. So, yeah, MA Financial, it is diversified, is into alternatives. I mean, is now the type of environment that you want to be investing in those?
Well, it's interesting. If again, consensus data, as per this morning, which may or may not change because of today's quarterly update, it's on 12.5 times PE, and it's forecast to more than double its EBIT in 2025, and then another 30% plus in 2026. It is predominantly a funds management business, an annuity business. There will be some performance fees, and to the extent that they have any equity exposure, which they do, you want markets up, that's a higher base fee. So there is some revenue at risk. But in terms of what some people might be worried about in terms of their corporate advisory business, it's about 10, 11% of their revenue or their earnings. So it's the icing on the cake. It's not the cake. And they have called out that, that's where they are at risk, but they haven't seen it at the moment. This was a March quarter update. All the fun games started in April. There's a lot of investment banks in the same boat, as ourselves included, waiting to see how the volatility plays out and what our corporate clients intend to do. There is a lot of nervousness, so they gave an appropriate outlook statement. 12.5 times PE with more than 100% growth this year and decent 30% growth next year. Macquarie's on about 16 times PE, depending on which year you look at. Macquarie's got a result out next month. This is one of those stocks where it's come off, and it's probably come off for unjust reasons versus a Breville or someone who's directly exposed to the trade war. So this could be a good opportunity to buy a company like this that has just had a pullback based off fears that personally I do think this was. The tariff issue is a negotiation gone bad. It will get back on track, and we probably won't get 100+% tariffs between China and the US. Hopefully, eventually, potentially good buying opportunity. 12.5 times with an appropriately phrased outlook statement. I'll call it a buy. Good entry level for those who focus over the medium term, not the short term.
Got it. Thank you, guys. So that was MA Financial, a hold and a buy.
The stock of the day was brought to you by IG. Turn volatility into opportunity this US earnings season with extended trading hours on over 110 key US shares. Get started at IG.com.